Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hi everyone, welcome to the house of Lilith. And today my guest is Shae Bird.
Yeah.
Shae, do you use Bird as your stage name or?
It's my stage name, yeah.
Okay.
But it's also because my legal name is very long.
Okay.
So no one will remember how to Google it.
But sometimes, actually I shouldn't say Shae Bird because normally I just use one name.
Oh yeah?
Their first name.
Well,
so.
it's good because they can find my stuff if you say Shae Bird.
Okay.
If they say Shae.
Good thinking. When you just said your stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because you actually have a YouTube channel as well?
I do, yeah. I do have a channel, but I'd like to do some of this stuff, but at the moment it's just completely me singing.
But what's your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel. I think it's Shae Bird or Shae Bird Wonders. But regardless, if you search one of my songs like Rain, Bedroom, Shae Bird.
Oh yeah. I saw that one.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we have technology, so
Yeah.
we'll put this underneath here.
Yeah, in the description.
Under this video, so you can find Shae stuff and also probably put the link as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I meet you at the Transpire performance
Yeah.
night, and you're one of the performer.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
And I really liked you because, do you know they say these things, right? The person will never remember what you said to them, but they will always remember how you make them feel.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
So for you, all I can think about, is like, oh my god, this person is so energetic and really cheerful, and very happy,
Yeah.
This is what you make me feel. So
Yeah.
all I can think about, oh my god, I really like this person.
Oh, thanks, unless I'm singing.
And also, you also talk about the daydream stuff.
Oh yeah.
At the event, because
yeah.
because I actually refer to someone, and you say, oh, lady, it's better to use this term.
Yeah.
Where a major thing of doing this is try to be respectful.
Totally. Yeah, it means that you're not misgendering them. So they'll feel like, yeah, I feel seen and they understand me, as opposed to like, no one understands me, life sucks.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. You are from Perth.
Yes.
Western Australia.
Yeah.
Where I first study as well.
Yeah. Which is
can you tell people who are not from Australia about Perth?
Oh, about Perth. Okay, so I've heard, I don't know if it's true, that it's the most isolated city in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Who said that?
I'm not sure. The internet.
Okay.
But I've been hearing it for like as long as I can remember.
Okay.
Yeah, so if the...
But you born in Perth, right?
Yeah, I was born in Fremantle. So here's Australia. This is what I do for students. Imagine this bit's here too. There's a lot of cities and towns along the east coast. I'm from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and inside of Perth is like a big, long city with a lot of suburbs. You can drive for a long time inside of Perth.
Okay.
There's one city centre inside here, and that's Perth City. No one goes there.
What do you mean no one goes there?
Well, just business people on the week. You just you walk.
I used to live in the city.
Okay. I mean, I don't mean no one goes there. Okay, I mean
I know what you mean.
There's not many people there. If you walk in the middle of Melbourne, where we are now, then there will be people everywhere. If you walk in the middle of Perth on a Tuesday, you're like a person.
Oh.
So I'm from around Fremantle, which is another town centre. It has cafes and shops and a main street.
And which is near the water?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's near the wharf. So it was actually one of the first places to be built by white people in Western Australia. I think the Roundhouse is a really old building.
Okay, I can't remember.
I
can remember it's Connection and Courthouse.
I mean, I know those ones too. Do you want to tell them what they are?
Gay club. Okay, go back to Fremantle because Fremantle is very beautiful.
Yeah.
And is it a fish market also?
Fish market.
There's a market there.
There's a market. There's just a small amount of. Actually, I think the fish all went.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's become gentrified.
Okay.
So it used to be like, I would go down with my parents on our bicycles.
Yeah.
And we'd buy fruit and vegetables for the week, and it was
Yeah.
very cheap. Yeah, and there's a fish
market.
and it's like smells like fish. Now it's more like tourist stuff, and there is still fruit and vegetables, and
Okay.
sometimes they're cheap, but they're not the cheapest. It's more like fancy stuff.
Yeah, because it's very tourist
Yeah,
oriented.
yeah.
Okay. So what else you can talk about Perth? Something that I never know. Now I finally learned after 20 years. I left the city.
I guess it's interesting. I find in Melbourne there's more people, so you can have more like subcultures, and it's easier not to leave them.
Okay.
Whereas in Perth, especially in Fremantle, there weren't that many people, so everyone's in the same sort of like friend groups.
Okay.
Like I was in the kind of like, I don't know, musician Fremantle, let's hang out and have parties sort of scene. And there was like people who were queer and people who weren't queer, and we would all kind of mix in together. But it also just wasn't as, like, you didn't get as much exposure when I was there. Like my experience was there weren't as many out trans people,
Okay.
or like people actually transitioning. But actually I had
But you are,
yeah.
when you start transitioning,
Like last year.
okay, but you're not transitioned at Perth, right?
I mean, I changed my name and my pronouns, but I didn't do anything physical. I changed the way I dress, so I'd say, yeah, I transitioned, like, from, like, I cut my hair, I started wearing boys' clothes, but I didn't start hormones.
Because we actually have a chart
Yeah.
before we do this interview,
Yeah.
right? You tell me Melbourne
Yeah.
had more resource for you to transition.
Yeah. But I think that's also, I'm happy to talk about it, but with the preface of, like, that is my experience.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. You not represent anyone there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't think too much, okay? This is his experience, okay?
Totally.
Yeah.
I think when I first came to Melbourne and when I was living in Perth, I still identify as non-binary, but I was much less like, I was more on the fence about physical transition, and I was more like solidly non-binary. Now I'm like, I like being seen as a guy, and I'm like quite happy to feel like a boy. Yeah, so there was trans men of WA, I think.
Okay.
But I was like, I'm not a trans man, I'm not a man. So I never reached out to that group. And I knew, like, some trans people I played Dungeons and Dragons with. But yeah.
Before you go any
Yeah.
further, you don't feel like you belong to that group, but you did change your name.
Yeah, so it was actually when I left Perth and I went travelling for 3 months through Europe.
Okay.
And I decided not to think about gender too much when I was in Europe. And then I came back, and when I was in Bali, I was like, actually, yeah, I'm trans, let's change my name, let's change my pronouns. And then I came back and was like, I'm Shae, my pronouns are they, them.
Okay.
And yeah, by the time I left Perth, people had changed to Shae, and they were doing that well, and I was like, okay, next step, they, them pronouns. And then I left.
So what is a resource that you think is much more helpful for Melbourne compared with Perth?
Well, like there's the shed,
Okay.
which I think, I mean, I hear a lot of good stuff about Perth now. Like they've changed it to Trans Folk of WA. They've got like a non-binary meetup.
Yeah.
It's really cool, but that wasn't there when I was
Yeah.
there. So, yeah, there's the shed, which is a really cool group for like trans masculine people or just people assigned female at birth exploring masculinity.
Yes, I actually talked to them, but actually never been to the event.
Yeah.
You know, because I see them on the Pride March.
Oh yeah, yeah, I was.
Oh, yeah,
last
it is,
time.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's also like Northside Clinic is
Okay.
LGBT plus like doctor's clinic in the north, and then there's another one that I forget the name of right now, but that's made it quite easy to, like, they always use my pronouns. Even when, like, other people would read me as a girl, I'd go in and say, like, pronouns are they, them, my name is Shae, and they're like, your pronouns are they, them, your name is Shae.
But you mean they don't have this kind of clinic in Perth then?
Well, not that I know of. Like, I don't know of any, like, even a gay clinic in Perth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there probably is, but,
Okay.
like, I mean, for example, I tried to find, like, the queerest clinic I could, I think, to go just get an STI checkup. Not that I had any symptoms, but
Yeah,
it's
but you just want
responsible.
to.
Yeah,
Yes.
and because I had only done stuff with women and not high risk stuff, they were like, oh, don't worry. But I definitely wanted to get tested, and, like, I was fine, and she did do the test, but I had to kind of feel like, let me be tested, thank you. And I feel like actually, I've never had that experience at a clinic in Melbourne.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Perth, do better?
Maybe they are now, you never know.
Okay. So we also talking about your coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, and you say you coming out like 5 times.
Well, it's just like different people, different contexts. So.
Sorry, please explain.
Okay, so first I examined my sexuality before my gender. So there was first that being telling my parents that I was seeing a girl after a few years of doing so. And then what else? Telling my friends before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you continue because I don't want to interrupt. But I already interrupt.
Yeah, but I never said I was only into women, and I felt very strongly that I wasn't a lesbian, and I realize now that it was also because I'm not a woman.
Okay.
So I never wanted that label. Yeah, and then fast forward, I was gender non-conforming, and then genderqueer, and then after that they, them, and Shae, and then after that trans, and then after that I'm gonna take testosterone, and then he, him, and I came out to my parents again as taking testosterone, but my friends were pretty cool about it. I guess I kept my Perth friends in the loop so that I never super surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there was coming out at work, coming out to the new people at work.
Well, even though you have you are switching from gender not confirming
Yeah.
and then to trans
Mm.
and maybe way before it's lesbian
Well, never as lesbian, just
Okay.
as a bi girl.
okay. Don't be too aggressive, okay?
Yeah.
But I feel for me to look at it,
Yeah.
I think is people have to find their own journey.
Mm.
And I said to you before, as trans woman, sometimes you can think is only one way
Yeah.
until me a bit older, and then I would say, maybe I actually can be like this and that, and find my own path and journey for myself.
Yeah.
Instead of just very straight ahead.
Totally.
But when you keep switching, do you ever feel oh my god, this is so confusing?
Not really. I think
That's good.
yeah, part of it was just that I think being in environment, and it really helped actually going to the shed, because then I could see people who had taken testosterone and had top surgery in real life, even though I had seen real life, but not on YouTube. So I watched so many videos about that. So, and they were Australian and in front of me, so it made me feel like I can do this, there is a future in this. So I think I probably knew somewhere in the back of my head really how I am for a long time, but it just took me a while to face it.
Yeah. But you still very new.
Oh yeah.
Because you only transitioned how long?
Well, physically since January 2017. So
Okay.
start of last year.
So you still changing.
Oh yeah.
You still evolving. Yeah. Like butterfly.
Yes.
But live longer than butterfly.
Yeah.
Because you know, I think the journey is always keep changing, even as a trans woman, right? I mean, some people, you know, oh my God, you know, the one that want to have a sex change or the section, yeah. They will just say, oh my God, that is, you know, the end of the road, you know, everything will be fine, you know. But actually, after this surgery, you still face a new challenge, and how you have to deal with things and with a new identity and a new organs.
Yeah.
So everything is changing as well. So it's never really like this is the end.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, I think like I'm excited for. I feel like the more comfortable I become in myself, the less I need other people to like understand me to feel comfortable. So I'm excited to like have a flat chest and just have it be really solid. Yeah.
Do you think you feel discomfortable about yourself because currently we have a lot of gender talk and people are much more accepting as well. So you also have a lot more information out there. You don't have to just sit in the box. You can be everything you want to be.
I think that's great. Like I think I never wanted to go from one box to another box. Like I want to escape this box into.
Oh, but lots of people do that though.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
You know, I know lots of trans women. You know, when they being a woman, you know, suddenly they become transphobic themselves.
Yeah.
You know, they're dictating how you should be a woman.
Yeah.
You know, so what womanhood's supposed to be.
Yeah, and I think I don't want to. It's funny because the phrase is live up to, but I think maybe live down to what a man is supposed to be. You know, like men are sometimes awful, and like what men are supposed to be is something that I don't agree with or want for myself in a lot of ways. Some of it's fine, a lot of it's not. So it's never something that I want to conform to.
Okay.
Unless I'm trying to get home and it's late at night.
You just want to be safe.
Yeah. Then I like dyed my hair in a way that you can't see it much if I put it in a bun. Then I can just have a man bun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you think the hairstyle change how people see you?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
How about the facial hair? Are you planning to have the facial hair?
I'd like to. I'm trying to like have these bits at least.
We're gonna have a break because the time is up soon. Our DSLR camera only can last for 15 minutes. Let's talk about hair.
Hair.
Yes, hair. So you think the hairstyle does make a difference?
I think so. Yeah. So, like, I think if I have something that's fashionable for boys, because I am sort of on the edge still, then people are more likely to put me in boy category.
Okay, you mean like the metrosexual? You know how they see metrosexual men, you know? It's a bit flamboyant.
Yeah, or like, if they see me as a queer boy, then they're still seeing me as a boy and I am queer. So that's fine.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So it's interesting because I'm not used to being read as a queer boy. I'm used to being read as a queer girl.
Okay.
So I don't know how people react to that so much. But yeah, so I can have this because I like it, or to be a teacher, or to get home on the train. I can put my hair in a man bun and people like know what that is. It's a man bun, so I'm a man.
And facial hair?
I can't grow that much of it yet. But I like it. I think before I started testosterone, I thought I wouldn't want facial hair.
Okay.
Like, do you know Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Yeah, you know the elf Legolas? The very pretty main elf.
Yes.
Yeah, like, I want to look like him. I don't want to look like Gimli the dwarf with the big beard.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Because you are also a femme guy.
Yeah.
So your idea of masculinity or men are slightly different.
Yeah, well, I mean, of at least what I want for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also like Like there's someone I follow on Instagram who has like really pretty hair and like really long hair and does braids and stuff, but he always has a bit of a beard.
Okay.
And I like that idea because if I have a bit of a beard, then no matter what I'm wearing or what my hair looks like, still people will think that I'm a boy.
Okay.
Yeah, which isn't great for like trans femme folks, but for myself it's useful.
Okay. How about body hair? There's difference.
I mean, I've accepted it. I had a lot of body hair before, now I have even more body hair.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay?
I guess there's two different things that are helping me with that, and one is like, I like if you see body hair on men, it's not the traditional like, well, it's not the current beauty standard.
Okay.
So I like that it looks like a little bit alternative
Okay.
and like challenges the beauty standard a little bit.
Okay.
Less so than it would with women, but yeah. And then also I follow a few like non-binary and trans feminine folks who are really femme but have a lot of body hair.
Okay.
And I'm like, wow, they look really pretty and beautiful and they have body hair. So I can be really pretty and beautiful and have body hair.
Okay. So we are talking about hormone right now.
Yeah.
First, let's talk about your parents, because you say your parents is against it.
I mean, now they're okay.
Okay.
I think like
But before?
before, I think they were a bit shocked and a bit worried about me. And they don't really, I mean, maybe now, but they didn't really know any trans people, except for like a few friends of mine back in Perth.
And because they are hippie as well.
Yes.
So they prefer things a bit more natural.
Totally. So they're like, is there a natural alternative? We'll call you whatever pronouns. Just like, what is this going to do to your body? What is this going to do long term? Look at these studies, they're scary. Think of your health, Shae. Yeah, so they found that challenging.
Okay.
I think they were trying to parent me, and
Yeah.
they've admitted that themselves. And like my dad is also a pretty feminine guy,
Okay.
and like he didn't have a very good time wearing like sarongs and being feminine and talking with his hands
Okay.
when he was younger, so now he's kind of toned it down, so he doesn't want that future for me.
What do you mean he don't want the future for you?
He doesn't want me to be like harassed or made fun of because of being a feminine guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like he's been
been there.
Yeah, he's been there.
When you take the hormones
Mm.
and they change.
Yeah, well, I think
Because you say
Yeah.
before you take the hormone, they still use she
well,
or your girl name.
they'd stuff up sometimes.
Okay.
But they tried, but they didn't really get they them, and I think also in Perth there's not a whole lot of people they'd be exposed to who use they them pronouns.
Yeah.
Like, now it's quite a big thing, and like in Melbourne I like look for it, but I find people who use they them pronouns all the time.
Okay.
But I'm probably the only person my parents know who use they them pronouns. So
Yeah.
they didn't really get it, and now that I've changed to he him, they call me he him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you find it hard to do with your parents, with your identity? Do you have, story that like, hardship, you want to cry here on the camera?
I think it's okay. I think
So they're pretty good parents. They're very accepting.
they're lovely parents. But I think
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Yes, because before we sorry to interrupt again. Because before we come here, right?
Yeah.
You talk about you don't want
to say exactly what they said.
to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. First, I don't want you to say what they say.
Yeah.
So they did say something harsh to you, is it?
Yeah, they were just trying to convince me not to take hormones. Basically.
Okay. But they accept who you are, but they just don't want to take hormone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, but I think we talk about that, I think, it's good to sometimes don't have to say everything as well, because sometimes some would want to say it out.
Yeah.
It's hard to take it back.
Totally.
Yeah, I totally support it. Yeah.
But yeah, they're good now. I think like.
So what they say?
I think like now they've accepted that this is happening, and they've also seen me after me taking hormones, and they can tell that I'm happy.
Okay.
Yeah, and like they talked to me on the phone, and my mom laughed about like I can make jokes about my voice breaking, and she finds it funny, so it's okay. And they also found a trans guy called Eddie Ayres,
Okay.
who works for one of the mainstream radio stations, I don't know, but he's a classical string player. He plays viola and cello,
Okay.
and he has like interviews and a book and stuff, so I think like he's very well spoken and he's an interesting guy, so that was cool, so that they had like another image of what a trans guy could be.
Okay, wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want my future